Well, before we begin with our halftime coverage so far of these 3:30 games, I would like to start off this video by saying a little message here that confirms all my beliefs these past 2 weeks. Georgia is scared of playing Tennessee again. How do I know? Well, they were out here celebrating after Baylor had a miracle loss to TCU and after Michigan managed to pull off a miracle W. So both TCU and Michigan barely came out winners. And what do the Georgia fans do? Well, they celebrate and say, oh, this is it. This is the moment we've been waiting for. No, Tennessee can't make the playoffs yet. No, we're still making the playoffs. I don't know what to tell you. You can cry some more about it. I mean, it doesn't matter if TCU or Michigan wins. One of Ohio State or Michigan is getting eliminated, and then what's going to happen? Tennessee is going to roll right into that 4th spot, and no, USC is not winning out, so you can go ahead and forget that. They might lose tonight, and if they don't, they'll lose to Notre Dame or in the Pac-12 championship. Nonetheless, though, Georgia fans celebrating after TCU came out with that miracle W. I don't know how many times I need to tell y'all, but Georgia is scared of playing Tennessee again. We're Georgia's biggest threat after they managed to get a miracle 15-point blowout against Tennessee a couple of weeks ago. They haven't shut up about it since. We live rent-free in Georgia's heads, and just wait until they figure out Tennessee gets into that 4th spot and makes the playoffs. They're going to cry and cry and cry and make excuses and cry because they know Tennessee is going to absolutely skull drag Georgia in the playoffs. But anyway, besides idiot Georgia fans doing what idiot Georgia fans do and cry and complain and talk about us because we live rent-free in their heads, everything else is going as per plan. You want me to talk about Georgia some more? Oh, I bet you do. They're currently up only 9-0 on Kentucky. What a fraudulent team and a fraudulent program, this Georgia team. Every single week, it's the same thing. They're barely winning on offense. And the only reason they beat Tennessee is because it was a home game for them. We were off our game, and we still have a very big shot of making the playoffs. So, again, cry about it. But, yeah, they're up 9-0 on Kentucky. What happened to Kentucky's offense? For real. I thought this was supposed to be a dominant Kentucky offense. Tennessee's defense held them to 6. They lose to Vandy as Vandy nearly shuts them out, and now here's Georgia shutting them out. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know what's up with Will Levis and this Kentucky team, but they're completely off. And Will Levis, I don't know what to tell you. He's just not that good. He's not a first rounder. Making crucially awful decisions. Played a lot like Anthony Richardson today. He's not the guy to get you all the way down to the field and score. You're constantly having to come up with these weird plays to, get yourself into the end zone or even get yourself close. Another red zone interception for Will Levis, his 5th of the season. And that's a big crucial part in why Kentucky's offense has sucked. They get all the way down to the red zone, and then Will Levis throws a crucial pick, which, completely ruins their drive, gives the other team momentum. They go down and score, and it's just more or less the same story as has been Kentucky's full season. So, I don't know. The momentum has been completely ripped out of Kentucky's hands throughout this season, and another example of it today. I expect Georgia to come out and start obliterating them. I really do, because it's Georgia. It's what they do. The talent gap will play a huge part in it because, Georgia has 5 stars that are subs for 5 stars. So we'll see how that plays out when we get to it. And some more crucial information here. Ohio State currently down to Maryland. Oh, Georgia fans are going to cry real hard about that one if Ohio State loses. Michigan and TCU found ways to win after being down. I wonder if Ohio State will do the same thing. Because that'd be something if they were eliminated this early and then they go out and beat Michigan in that game. I don't know. Some crazy playoff scenarios these next 2 weeks we're going to find out. But anyway, yeah, Ohio State losing to Maryland 13-10 at half. And what the weirdest thing about this is I don't see any clouds in the sky. Where are the clouds? Where are they? What I kind of respect about Michigan and Michigan fans is that when, they were losing to Illinois all game long, they needed a game-winning field goal to beat them. But don't come out and admit that Illinois is just good and Michigan had a little bit of a rough game. They don't need to make an excuse about, oh my God, there's clouds in the sky. We can't win. We can't beat a team when there's clouds in the sky. They don't need to do all that because they can admit that they play good or they play bad. And they do that weekly. Ohio State fans have to come up with a plethora of excuses like they've been doing all season long. And yet they still come out and tell everybody that they're better than Tennessee with this doo-doo ass schedule. Ohio State plays one of the most garbage schedules I've seen. And yet they still can't beat most teams convincingly. And then they have the nerve to tell everybody that Tennessee plays an easier schedule. Yeah, tell me about the next time Ohio State plays Alabama or LSU or any other top 10 team and let me know about it. The only top 10 team you play all season is one that you're currently waiting to play a week from now, which is Michigan, and you may not even beat them. So you best stay quiet about us. It'll come back to bite you. Some other things. Kansas State pretty much sealing the deal over West Virginia. Tough break for the Mountaineers. They're gonna, this is their 7th loss, so they're knocked out of bowl eligibility. Kind of expected this early on though when they lost to Kansas in their Big 12 opener. But yeah, no, that's about what I expect. How about this Notre Dame syndrome? Finally not happening to Notre Dame. They're up 44-0 on Boston College. They really took care of business. A lot of people were confused on the spread because, well, Notre Dame has played like doo-doo these past few weeks. But no, they go out and take care of business against Boston College, up 44-0. Yeah, Notre Dame is going to beat USC. And then Georgia fans will once again have something to cry about. Have I mentioned Georgia enough? I thought I have. I just want to be clear because that's all y'all keep talking about. So it's only fair that I do the same thing. And don't worry, you're going to hear a lot more about Georgia later on down the line because apparently y'all can't get enough of it. But yeah, Clemson taking care of business against Miami. Clemson still got to, if things line up for them and a couple of teams lose, at this point, though it's unlikely, Clemson still has a very, very rare shot of making the playoffs, but the resume just may not add up. We'll see. Louisville beating NC State, good, because NC State is still ranked, and I don't know why. What a bust they've been. Texas over Kansas, 31-0. What a win for Kansas, or what a win for Texas. Finally getting the W over Kansas. That's been a running gag throughout the entirety of the offseason. They're finally able to undo that one by beating Kansas. And how about BYU? They were losing to Utah Tech a little while back, but they're winning 28-20 at halftime. Man, if y'all lost to Utah Tech, you're not losing to Utah Tech. I would hope not, because my predictions of BYU have lined up to this point. It would suck if they did worse than my already low predictions of them. And Auburn up 17-9 over Western Kentucky. Can you believe that by most people, Auburn was an underdog heading into this Western Kentucky game? But no, here we are. Here we are. But yep, that's about it. Penn State kind of controlling their own destiny against Rutgers now. It was a close game, but they pulled away. We'll see how it plays out. I guess I'll see you guys once these games are wrapped up. Because it'll be my final video before we get into the juicy stuff. Tennessee, of course, playing South Carolina at 7 o'clock. So I may do it a little earlier than usual. I may not. We'll see. We'll find out. Anyway, I'll see you guys then. And, of course, power to Tardaria. Beep-a-deep.